This artist is one of the biggest artists in Latin America. So he looked at me in a very weird way. He came to me and hugged me like it was a really tight hug. And I promise you, I am sure he did not see this level of attention from anybody who didn't know him for years. We build this relationship where it's not client broker relationship. We build trust together. Let me tell you about a story of an artist I flew. And from the first time he flew with me, I became one of his best friends. A record label booked a flight with us. Usually I check the manifest to see who's flying so I can, so I can personalize the flight and the catering and the environment in the aircraft. That day I was busy. I did not check, but I was told by the record label that this artist, he loves Cuban sandwiches and he wants a certain type of tequila that cannot be found in any liquor store, only specialty stores. So I get in my car. I go to the best Cuban restaurant in Miami. I pick up some Cuban sandwiches, desserts, fruits, salads, and yogurt and things like that. I go to multiple liquor stores until I found a liquor store that offers that kind of tequila. And then I head to the FBO and he was like very thankful, thinking he was very humble as well. So while we were talking, we started discussing about aircraft ownership. I was trying to convince him to buy an aircraft or buy a fractional ownership in an aircraft. And he seemed interested. So I was like, can I get your number? So he gave me his phone number and then I wanted to save it. I was like, can I get your name? So he looked at me in a very weird way and he asked me, where are you from? I'm Arab American. And he's like, that's why. I turned around. I had one of my employees with me. And as we were walking away from the client, from the artist, my employee tells me, did you really ask? And he says the name of the artist about his name. I was like, yeah, I don't know the guy. It turns out that this artist is one of the biggest artists in Latin America. And so I was waiting in the FBO to make it waiting for the departure because I want to make sure that the aircraft departs and nothing happens. And then that artist, out of everybody, he came to me and hugged me like it was a really tight hug. And I promise you, I am sure he did not see this level of attention from anybody who didn't know him for years. So until today, every time he has a flight, he's still a loyal customer. But every time he's in Miami, I'm in Miami, we meet up. This is what I recommend every broker. Of course, he's your client. Of course, he's your customer. Of course, it's business by the end of the day. But you need to build relationship with their clients that they trust you. They rely on you because first of all, you will do what's best for them and what's for their best interest. And at the same time, you are a reliable broker for their missions that they have.